Okay, so here we are, full battle against Q. This is a big one. We need to win this game. No matter what, we got to try and win this. That is roughly what I was expecting. No Bronzong. That is actually massive. That is so good for my Enamorous. Does bring the Sandaconda, does bring the Kleavor. Part of me is still wishing I had the tech on Kleavor, but we don't, so unfortunate. But rocks might be a little annoying, but not too bad. You take one, don't you? Like that's something that I believe I accounted for. Yeah, you will take a single hit from Kleavor. I could also just go into, or I could just lead off with my Iron Hands if I expect a Kleavor lead, but I don't think he'll lead Kleavor. I think my best play regardless is going to just be to lead off with Inteleon. If he leads off with the Volcanion, then so be it. I do need to keep my Iron Hands around, at least, to be able to deal with the Lilligant. So we'll go ahead, lock that in. Good luck, have fun to Q. I'm nervous for this one, man. It's been a while since I've been really nervous. I mean, I say that I was nervous for like half the games this season. But like for just a regular season game, because there's a lot on the line. And his team is scary, man. It's so scary. Okay, well, Dark Pulse will 2-hit KO this mon. It will 2-hit KO. Do I just want to go for that off the bat? There really isn't a Dark Resist on his team, so I definitely could. How much is an X-Scissor doing, actually? That's something I should probably check. X-Scissor actually might knock me out. So, with that in mind, do I just want to go out into my Iron Hands? I definitely could. My hand should take that hit a lot better. Oh, it takes nothing. Literally nothing. He'll take Rocky Helmet Chip no matter what. And he doesn't switch into hands particularly well. Yeah, that's the play I'm going to make. I'm not going to be reckless with my Inteleon too early, because it's still decent in an endgame situation where Volcanion is dead, so... He does U-turn. Makes me think that maybe he was Scarf. He does like his Scarf Kleavor, so it would make sense. But I was not prepared to give him any damage. Sandaconda comes out, then I can just go out into... Iron Pizza comes in. I mean, that's not what I was expecting. Regardless, are you my switch in? I can switch you in against Sandaconda as well, so I will actually go into you instead. And we can see how much this Iron Pizza wants to do. Maybe it just clicks the same move again. U-turn. T-Spike's okay. Like, that's a little bit annoying, not gonna lie. And what do I see coming in? Like, he doesn't have a good switch into this mon. Does he... I mean, his fighting type is right there. It is, in fact, right there. Dropping a Draco does seem incredibly free, though, so I'm just going to do that. And if he stays in... He stays in. What can I say? Kind of surprised that he brought Toxic Spikes, and not at the same time, because my team is entirely, and I mean entirely, weak to Toxic Spikes. To one point, I was actually running boots on everything. However, it shouldn't stop my endgame of being able to win either with Enamorous or with Arcanine. Hopefully. I mean, Arcanine's going to take good chip if he gets rocks up as well. Miley Cyrus, that's going to be... Yeah, that makes sense. Now, how much does that... That took like 45-ish, I want to say. And it is lefties. So that's good to know. If it took 45, it is no bulk. It is running no bulk at all. For some reason, Flamethrower isn't showing up on my calc, but you know, it is what it is. EQ is going to do very little. Very little indeed. I don't particularly want to switch because of the potential that he could... What's his other terrors? Electric, Psychic, Fairy. I think he doubles to Scout. No, he just Relic Songs. Okay. I mean, it's not going to do a lot. Hopefully it doesn't put me to sleep. Awesome, nice. It's going to do a little bit of chip. Just a little bit. Okay, well, I wasn't expecting Relic Song, I'll tell you that much. What could it go for here? Realistically, not a great deal. I could just go out into Arcanine, but the fighting move is entirely possible. I do want to keep hands around, but I don't switch into this mon particularly well at all. So, what's going to be best case scenario for me? Do we live a close combat from this thing if it is Pirouette? Just gonna check that real quick. Close combat from max attack looks like it's just gonna wipe me. Even if it's fucking timid, it wipes me. So, man. It seems likely that that's what's coming out here. I'm gonna go hands. I know I said I need to keep hands, but I think there is potential that we should be alright. Scarf Kleavor actually might be just jolly to outspeed Adamant Arcanine, so that could suck. I don't mind this too much. Yeah, just CCs. I did a lot of damage though. That certainly did do a very good chunk of damage. Are you going to be running Zen Headbutt? That is the question. Zen Headbutt won't do too much more. We should actually possibly be able to rest. 195. The close combat from Jolly. 33 to 39. And if that's the case, and it has Zen Headbutt. Zen Headbutt actually does less. Unless it's Terra Psychic, right? I guess it could also be Terra Fairy Play Rough. And if he's gonna click it, it would be on this turn, right? Because he'd want to get rid of Iron Hands. And CC doesn't look like it's gonna do enough. I'm going into Arcanine just because because Enamorus can be a win con here. And we can rest up on Kleavor. I don't think we need to throw that mon away by any means. Hoping we see the Terra Fairy. And not just see... Okay, well. That's very tough. I am shocked that he just CC'd there. Genuinely. I did not expect that at all. That's tough. That is tough. Well then. Okay. That's put me in a spot, hasn't it? That was my way of revenge killing this, so that was, I guess, a very stupid play. I'm just gonna rest. Because close combat doesn't knock me out here. I swear if he Terra Fairy Play Roughs on this turn... Yeah, see, that doesn't knock me out. It's okay, it's still winnable. We lost the Arcanine in a stupid fashion. But I think my logic behind it was at least somewhat decent, because I guess he didn't know what side it was, and get rid of hands here in exchange probably would have been a play, but I could have just clicked Drain Punch and got a little bit of health back. But it is what it is. I'm going to Sleep Talk. Hopefully we can Sleep Talk something that will take this out. It's going to SD. Like I say, hopefully we can Sleep Talk something that will take this mon out. Can we get a Wild Charge? Show me a Wild Charge. Come on, hands. Sleep Talk. Come on. For some reason I thought I had rolled Sleep Talk. Wild Charge. Nice. Love to see that. Get the fuck out of here, Meloetta. Do not want to see you. You have already caused me enough problems as it is. Okay. So. What's the situation now? Sandaconda comes in. I can get in Tinglu. I can start up my own hazards. There's not a lot else that can come in at this point and actually cause me some issues. So my bad. My bad on that play. You know, sometimes you make the read and the read doesn't work. It's just the way it is. But yeah, like I say, I think my thought of it being Terra Fairy player off, just to make sure that he knocks us out, made sense. I guess if that was the case, then maybe it was better for me to... Maybe it was better for me to not do that. I don't know, that did give me... Cape Bishop, that is Lilligant. Okay. Well, I'm going to Sleep Talk again. He can Victory Dance, by all means. As long as he only gets 1 up, I guess it's not too bad. Maybe I should have switched, actually. Switching would have been better, going straight out into my Enamorus. Hoping to get an Ice Punch here. Oh, you love to see it. That's going to do 50. No freeze, but I will just click Ice Punch. You can Victory Dance again. Also, shout out to Iron Hands sleeping. It's the first time I've ever seen it. His eyes are still kind of open. He just kind of looks done with your shit. He looks like he is depression. Okay, well that's a synthesis. I just Ice Punch over and over. I have no reason to not. Because I could get a freeze as well. I think if you were going to try and knock me out, you had to Victory Dance again there. I got very lucky with these rolls. I will be completely honest. I have been incredibly lucky. Okay, he's going to switch. That's fine by me. Iron Pizza comes in. That makes sense. Ice Punch will still do ridiculous amount of damage. Holy shit, that was a crit. Okay. I was about to say, that is absurd. And... I guess Goodra. Goodra is the better switch. Yeah, Goodra is always the better switch. Even though I get poisoned on the way back in. As long as I think next time I get into that situation, I probably just go into Enamorus. Because I don't want him setting up. We did get a little bit lucky there. Because if we hadn't got the Ice Punch on that turn, we could have been in a real tough spot. Does overheat. Might be Specs. I don't think that's Specs. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't think that's Specs. Still, his Draco switch-ins don't necessarily exist, so I'm pretty happy to click Draco. He's seen I got Earthquake. I could also click Earthquake into Draco. That's probably the better play, actually. Because I don't think you're going out to Lilligant on this. I would be kind of surprised. Sandaconda might be a switch-in. In which case, then, yeah, Draco would have been better. But it is what it is. Just overheats again. He does miss, but honestly that did so little damage, I don't think it mattered too much. Now, do I need my Goodra for anything else? Possibly for the Volcanion, but I should be able to deal with Volcanion. I guess depending on its set. So if the Lilligant comes out, I'm just going to Flamethrower on it. I have... like, no reason to risk it. Burnt Snake. Okay. Do I want to go hard Inteleon? Inteleon's tempting. If it's a coil set, it shouldn't be an issue unless it's Pasho. So I will go Tinglu. Yeah. I want to set up rocks because that will allow me to get damage off on Kleavor. It allows me to get potential damage off on Volcanion. And he can't glare me, so that's something. Just EQs, this should do very little damage. Yeah, that's respectable, actually. That is respectable. I don't think we're going to be able to live a hit. Spike's better? No, I'll get up rocks. I'll get up rocks. I was about to say, I don't know if spikes are better just because it'll do a little bit more damage to Liss and also to the Lilligant. But I'm sure going to get up my hazards here. And if he goes into Lilligant, I will go hard into my Enamorous. Krakatoa, this should be okay. I don't think... Oh, it's Air Balloon. Okay. Makes sense. In that case, I will want to try and break the Air Balloon. I don't think I'm going to be able to live a hit here, but I'm going to go for a Throat Chopper anyway. He may also overpredict and just go for something that's not Steam Eruption, but this should always knock us out from here. Oh, it doesn't. Oh, you love to see it. The Pasho Berry coming clean. And we get that little bit of chip damage, exactly what we need. And do we go down to Poison? No, we might actually live. Yeah, we live on 5. Potential for him to miss Steam Eruption. I will just go for an Earthquake. He shouldn't go for it. I was going to say, he shouldn't go for that. But now this makes him a lot weaker to my end game Enamorous. I think you're fine. Like, every time I get this mon in, it does something. Like, it will do some damage. You can Earth Power me if you want. What's actually doing more? I think Draco into Earthquake is the better play. Because now he has more mons. Focus Blast is a miss. I'm sorry, Q. Oh, what a turn. What a turn. Wow. I love the progress we just made on that turn. This should do roughly 60 to 70, it looks like. Even at -2, we should be alright against a Lilligant. As the Focus Blast. This shouldn't knock me out. No. We're actually chewing that. Draco should do a lot. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice damage. Now, do I need to keep this around for anything else? No, I don't. I think I'm just going to click Earthquake here. If Lilligant comes in, it's got to take Rocks, it's got to take Earthquake, and then I just go into Enamorous and I click the win button. I think that's going to be the play. Enamorous is fast. I don't know if I knock out a Kleavor after Rocks. Steam Eruptions, that's not going to knock me out. Maybe he wants this in? I'm going to assume that's what the situation is. He wants this to be in. So he can do something. Not entirely sure, but so he can do something. Maybe get up his own Rocks with Kleavor. Kleavor would knock me out at this point, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. No, he wants to get this back in. But like I say, I'm not fucking around with it this time. I'm just going to go into Enamorous. Because the Synthesis seems just so incredibly obvious here. If he Ice Spinners, just a great play. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure he's going to want a Synthesis. There's no world in which you live this hit, right? Shout out to Haze. Moonblast should always knock you out. Unless you're Roselli, actually. Have we seen an item on this? We haven't. But still, if I kill this, Hans has a chance of just winning. I can see the snake coming in as well. He didn't Terra with his Meloetta, so I think he just wants to Terra with Sandaconda. By all means, this could be Roselli, and if it is, then that's just great prep on his part. It is not, and that goes down. Awesome. Well, now Inteleon's looking pretty good. Inteleon is actually looking pretty good. it won't live a hit from Kleavor. I mean, it's not going to live an X-Scissor anyway. But as long as I keep my Iron Hands healthy, then that mon can't win. Or shouldn't be able to win anyway. In comes Burnt Snake. What else have I got in the back at the moment? I've got a potential sack in you. I think that's the play I want to make. Because I can always endure on the Kleavor. But yeah, I think just sacking at this point probably the best play. Because I can always bring in... Actually, is this Terra Water? If it's Terra Steel, it's kind of okay. It's Terra Steel. Okay. Makes sense. And Iron Head. Can we live that? We should live that, right? Barely. But you're going to be faster. There's no way you're not faster. So, tough, but this is how we're going down. Regardless, I think Inteleon is always going to be the play, right? Gotta go Inteleon and click Hydro Pump. Just need to break this. Johnny English subbing in for James Pond this season, for the rest of the season, after James Pond was such a disappointment last week. Changes had to be made. Johnny English, do not let me down. You are our country's last hope. I mean, like, you got to assume this is going to be like Spadef. We are Specs. That just died. That literally just fell over. Alright then. And now it's, yeah. It should just be game, right? There's nothing he can lock into that's going to be able to beat my Iron Hands. So I just go hard Iron Hands. I need to save differential. I desperately need to save differential. Yeah, this thing is definitely scarfed. I'm just going to go out into my Iron Hands. There's no reason to not. And that should just be game. I guess the one situation in which it's not is that it wasn't scarfed. And it's SD Mega Crit. It suddenly learns... I don't know, Earthquake? Out of nowhere? It just learns Earthquake randomly. He does get up those late game rocks though, and that could be game changing. Honestly, I don't want to switch in my Enamorous now. Okay, we're just Wild Charge. He just Stone Axes again. You know what, that's actually respectable damage. This mon does do a good amount, a good chunk. After the early game where Meloetta kind of fucked up and fucked me up and I fucked up with Hisuian Arcanine, that's actually a really good result. Very, very happy to come back from that one. And it keeps our playoff hope alive, albeit at the detriment of our good friend Q. Yeah, I mean, the one bit of hacks in that game that I can remember was the Draco miss and the Focus Blast miss on the same turn. So literally none of that mattered. But yeah, I think that was a clean game. The plan worked. The Inteleon that I switched in very late, Johnny English did not let me down. Not like James Pond. Granted, I didn't try and make this one crit. However, also, Arcanine, I'm sorry. I have done you dirty all season. And today is no different. You have been absolutely rinsed by me this season. And you know what? I'll try and do you right in the last week. No promises though. I will probably sack you off to another close combat. But anyway, good game to Q. Make sure to go check him out. His link will be down in the description below, as well as all the coaches for the PPL this season. And until the next one. Oh, hang on. Like and subscribe if you're enjoying the content. I should probably say that. We're on our way to 1k. And if everyone who watched my videos sub now, we'll be at 1k. Easily. So, please do think about subscribing. Support is greatly appreciated. Till the next one. Have a great day, guys. Peace.